Got ourselves AFK Mist River over for the team 1. Looks like he's giving himself another chance, another opportunity. This time versus Schweppes. Immediately chains him with a Frosty Ice, as this is going to be an entire army of undeads getting summoned up. AFK bowing out of there for a second. Silence of the Monk does go for a disarmament to Schweppes. He can still get himself quite a lot of damage onto AFK without even access to weapon. What was that? I'm sorry, what? Schweppes, what are you doing to this man? Mordecai immediately by a fix, trying to see if he can maybe catch him with a succubus. You see, switching over from a demonology to a destruction, and Schweppes just actually swept the monk off of his feet. AMS just for a second as he's getting barraged by every portal and existing fire portal. Just keeps singeing past him. That fire portal lasts for a while, huh? Quick blind onto fix for just a second, dropping down a death and decay. Maybe to cleave some stuff, maybe just for passive damage, interrupting the fix on the shadow. Could be an opportunity, starting to build up a little bit of pressure. Chaos Bolt off that Infernal does end up puncturing through the Death Knight's armor. Death back, not really letting him heal, but does give him just a little bit modicum of health to work with, but it's going to be fixed with a wall. Couple of instant casts, just barrage of bolts with a fatty incinerate, taking him out very, very quickly. Messiah gonna be up next, mounted up, needs to hit the guy with a slow. It's gonna be Fear as he goes in for a trinket stun right afterwards on the fix. Might be in a bad spot, needs a board right now. Does he have a gateway to get out? He doesn't. Mordecai into Saya, trying to see if he can pressure him with a chaos bolt. Could be just a bubble out of Saya. Is gonna go for a port last second. Needs to use the succubus to peel Saya away from him. Does catch him halfway through, which is huge for fix. Doesn't last long at all because it is the yard with Fears, but still does give him an opportunity to nap him for a second and pull him away in the other direction. I believe you already used. You used Gateway yet? Fix, you're sacrificing your health for a succubus. Now using Gateway, maybe a little early. Does give Saya an opportunity. Portals are opening up, collapsing onto Saya to a Shadow Fury. Does get himself immunity to magic damage. He's easily able to take out Fix right then and there. Not much you can really do once you get that immunity. Is it Crimson next? Or is it Muriel? I think Crimson. Wait, why is your name Muriel and Crimson? Hold on, Muriel is the name of that. The wife in Courage the Cowardly Dog show. Was it Estes? I guess this guy Crimson would be Estes, right? Is that the husband's name? It's been so long, man. Bang your way back in the day. Saya with the stun onto Crimson. Is Crimson playing? You're trying to lightning bolt. I wonder if he's playing like a thunder light. Never mind. I was gonna say, I wonder if he's playing like a Thunder Lightning Bolt build. As Muriel gonna be up next, trying to see if he can get himself a go versus Saya, stunning him immediate. I-beam, trying to see if he can blast through him. Big cleave available. Saya with a blind hunt right after. Might be a bubble out of this man. Trying to see if he can not use it yet. As Muriel blasting through him with a big sigil, catching up all the souls, able to recover a lot of health. It is going to go for that Fell Barrage, does end up using up all the fury, and the Fell Barrage is cut short, just a hair quick. As Saya got himself a Hand of Freedom, that's going to be Muriel taking away the buffs off of Saya, able to recover and actually able to get himself lots of souls every time you spell steal buffs from Saya. Does go for the Sigil of Misery, bubble out of Saya. As Muriel kind of actually doing okay on health, but Saya's looking for a full recovery, looking for a generating. Muriel and Saya both have got a bit of reset. Saya back up with a trinket, I believe, unless the UI is kind of messed up. Stunning to Muriel, not much they can do. Wings not available for Saya, but it looks of it. Trying to see if he can use a Searing Glare to prolong the pressure. Muriel, oh, does get wiped out with a Wake of Ashes as Wings back up. I think trying to go for the AoE Chaos Nova stun. Was not able to do much with that Chaos Nova. I think it just misses. I think once you get ahead by Searing Glare, it's just a guaranteed miss no matter what you do. West still is going to be up next. Does force a trick out of Saya really early on. Goes into for an interrupt. Got himself all the time. Should be able to reposition. Got himself a poly either way. Opening up with a Pyro. Does he have himself a big go? Because Saya does not have any answers right now. Got himself Shield of Vengeance. Combustion up for West. Does have himself normal blink to break out of that one fairly quickly. Able to keep blasting Saya. Hand of Freedom available. Might be looking at a I was going to say execute, but I guess I should be looking at a cheat death mechanic instead. Got himself an Ice Book really early on though. 90% dampening. Saya is still able to get himself quite a bit of pressure either way. Eustace? That's what it was. Yeah, Eustace. For some reason I guess I confused him with the Estus Flask, didn't I, from Dark Souls. Eustace, that's not a common name. All the time up for West, does not have much to work with. Breath Polly needs something to break out of this one. Man's gonna die. He technically does have a Warlock Hellstone, but Holy Side just doesn't let this guy out of his sight at all. Wake of Ashes Wings, that's all he needed. 4 for Saya. That was actually fairly quick. Let's get another one going. That was way too quick. I like his Mog, by the way. It's like so, like, bare. It's just like a shield, a little dagger, shorts, and that's literally about it. Opening up immediately with the primordial big zappers on the back. No way, hold on a second. And the dragon is slain. What the hell? Big just unleashed a barrage of lava bursts at this guy. Just a bunch of meatballs, just didn't even wait a second. Did you use a Dark Iron Racial just to like give yourself a damage buff? Or did you like remove a debuff of ya? I'm not even sure what happened. AFK gonna be up next right afterwards. The dragon didn't even get a chance there. You just get to fly by, just get barraged by a bunch of what trebuchets. That is the shaman with a sentence red a proc. Just the best combo. What was that? Just Sky Fury and everything went off at once as Big tried to see if he can get himself a big advantage, big distance away from AFK. He is going to need to use mobility in order to close the gap, but for the shaman, this is an opportunity to at least go for roots, slows, trying to see if he can swing around the corner. If he can stop AFK mid charge like he did there, that'd be huge. Trying to see if he can go for that what is it, what's it called? I forget the name. Knock back onto him. Spirit Walker's Grace in order to make sure he can get some cast while moving. Does also give him some opportunity to avoid getting interrupted. Does go for the trinket apparently out of AFK at some point or another. Is going to go for the Ice Sphere off the Zowen. Gives him that instant cast opportunity. Got himself the Earthy Elemental, which could go for the stun, but also gives him a little bit more health to work with. AFK trying to see if he can avoid a lot of this combo out of the shaman as he got himself Frost Shocks at the ready. Big zaps to go. Could get himself a big setup. Going to be an actually reversal of the what is it called? Not reverse magic, but diffuse magic to try to see if he can reverse the flame shock back onto the shaman. Does go for the burrow for just a second. AFK got himself maybe a decent situation. Needs to go for an interrupt if possible. Does get himself a kick. Is going to kick the hex. Shaman doesn't have much to work with. Into a touch of death. Oh my god. I honestly thought this might be an opportunity for the shaman to make it go, but AFK was in, hit and run, get out. In, hit and run, get out. Not really ever in line of sight of the guy. Unless he has himself a combo into a immediate disarm onto Duel. Will not let him Fist of Fury in the opener at least. Is going to force him to go into a full burst combo. Fist of Fury does catch him. Karma reverse back on a Duel. Wants to see if he can maybe hold on to his defensive cooldowns. But for AFK, he did survive himself. One of the biggest burst combos possible. Doesn't go for the in-cap onto Duel for just a second. Maybe as a Lexi zone, he technically does Fist of Fury, trying to make sure he doesn't get parried out into a Karma reverse back into AFK. Does not really have himself a defensive to deal with that Karma easily. Does have dampen harm, but it's not really going to stop the consistent damage of that Karma. Not going to feel great whatsoever. AFK might be in a lot of trouble and does get hit with a touch of death reversal. Crimson right afterwards got himself full primordial setup onto Duel as Duel trying to go for a bit of a self-heal. Lexi up on the Crimson off the bat, does go for the trinket, trying to see if he can get himself maybe some kind of a setup into a lava burst. Lightning Bolt instead, leap it right over. Duel trying to see if he can maybe get him taken down. And just like the guy says, oopsie daisy. I guess I'm not really sure what happened. Fist of Fury right afterwards. Breath as West stills. Gonna be a trinket out of Duel instead. Trying to see if he can get an interrupt into West really quickly with an ult time. Got himself random, I think random proc of combustion. Unable to get himself a power poly. Duel trying also to play into the hit and run playstyle. He's either in front of you, beating you, or he's behind the pillar, going for the reset. Does it forcing defenses out of West, who still has himself a combustion technically. But Duel does get a lot of pressure onto the guy. For West right now, he gotta find a way to escape this as best as possible. Had himself Breath, had himself Nova, got himself a Blink. I think he's playing Shimmer this time though. I don't think he's playing an actual proper like normal Blink. But I could be wrong though. Duel trying to see if he can cut across into a poly. Does go behind the pull-up for a second. Yet another in-cap Lexi right after. Unless West got anything, I think it's over. Yeah, no cheat death, no nothing. That's going to be for Duel immediately as Gremlin going to be available over for the team one ready up next. Unless he's got himself. He's trying to go for a nice little bow. Is Duel gonna also bow? Nice. I like it. I love seeing the honorable bow, boys. Sap by Grem into a Shadow Blaze Duel. Saps us in the opener. That's going to be a lot of damage taken. Immediate Karma. Does Cloak of Shadows. I think he does end up removing the Karma. I think he does. Fist of Fury out as he got himself the 4 Brute, trying to see if he can tank up as much damage as possible. And the Gremlin, do you cloak to remove the Karma, or does your cloak just nullify the Karma? I'm not even sure. I guess it's kind of, I guess what we should pay attention to is to see like the Karma icon above your head. disappears when you cloak, because I'm not 100%. Some rogues run it, some rogues don't. Most rogues do end up running it though. In cap, or rather ring of peace for a second as Graham trying to see if he can close the gap. Shadow step with the kick. Duel trying to see if he can cut across, but Graham does have himself one more advantage in case he wants to use it. I think he just wants to see if he can stay and maybe save the advantage until later. Does get himself dance with a cheap shot. I think it's over for Duel, unless someone lives it. Eviscerate does go for the Lexi last second, trying to see if he can get himself a go. Fist of Fury, big reversal back into the rogue, trying to go for a little bit of healing in cap. Student manages to catch up whatever health possible into a big right and sucky. Graham does go in for advantage right afterwards. Does he just get in there? He needs a stun right now. He's trying to see if he can avoid him. Sap on the Duel as he's at no help whatsoever. If Graham got himself a full setup, I think it's over for Duel. Does go for the cheap shot to break for Fist of Fury. Does Duel have anything left? Big kick right available. Seps is back up. She does for the rogue. Hold on a second. Graham does survive in last second. This man has no help whatsoever. Smoke bomb Schweppes is going to be able to eliminate him very, very quickly. Just waiting, right? Just letting the dots do the rest of the work. My goodness. Aren't you getting bad handle? Reach switch teams. I'm down if you guys want to switch stuff around. Yeah. If you guys want to switch up a couple of bodies, we could totally do it.